It's officially 2 months, well, 2 months and a few days. My name is Sarah, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Today I'm giving you an update on my sister-in-law. There really isn't much to report. So I decided in this video that I would also tell you 5 things you need to know before you decide if you want to get Sisterlocks. And these are important. These are like the main things. I feel like there's tons of information out there and I've learned so much. But out of everything, I feel like these were the 5 like really super important things that you should consider before getting Sisterlocks. So if you're interested in that, keep on watching. Just a few stats so you can have an idea. My Sisterlocks were installed over the course of 3 days, but really just 2 days. And basically the last day was February 20th of 2023. It took a total of 31 hours. My size of locks are, most of them are not quite a medium. They're just smaller than a medium. They're not the smallest size. They're just between a small and a medium. Some of the ones in the back are a bit closer to that medium, and then, you know, the rest are more of like that medium size. My hair type. So I have between 4A, 4B type hair. My density is high, so I have a lot of hair on my head, but my hair strands are fine. So I have fine hair, but a lot of it. And then the big question that I know I wanted to know when I was doing the research, how many locks do I have? I have a total of 705 beautiful Sisterlocks. So those are my stats, just so if that's all you came for this video, at least you know, yep, that it is, that's what it is. My hair was colored way prior to getting my Sisterlocks, and the last time I touched up the color would have been July or August of 2022. So I haven't put any color on my hair since then. This was balayage, and I don't know if once my locks mature if I will continue to color it or not, or just leave it and let it have this ombre effect. I'm not really sure, we'll see. Okay, so in terms of the 2-month update, let me just show you guys my hair because I know that's what some of y'all want to see. I honestly can say that nothing much has changed since my 1-month report. I find that my hair, it needs to be washed this weekend because I'm getting it retied in a week. Yeah, like there are my ends, still all curly, which I expect. As I've told you in previous videos, I did microlocks many years ago and I started them with braids. They did not lock, and I had them in for like almost a year and a half, and they weren't locked before I decided to comb them out. So I'm not really expecting these to lock up quickly. I'm just trusting the process and enjoying the journey because I love them. Let me turn around, show you the back the best that I can. There's another close-up of the front. Yeah, the only thing that has really continued to happen is they've just gotten a little fuller. But yeah, no, I haven't had any issues. I'm just loving my hair. I wear it like this all the time. I do like the little braid out after I wash my hair, and they stay crinkly like this until I wash my hair again in like another 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes I touch up the front a little because, as I've told you in previous videos, the hair at the front is looser, so I find the braid out is a little more wavy than, yeah. So sometimes it does that, and then of course because of the color it loosens it up a little bit more, all of that stuff. So, but again, none of that stuff really bothers me, just giving you the information so you guys know. So yeah, that's my 2-month update. I'm so excited. I still love them. Still so happy that I made this decision. And yeah, let's jump into these 5 things that you need to know before you get Sisterlocks or locks because they are very important. First thing you need to know before you get Sisterlocks, okay? You need to do your research. Aside from looking at all the lovely people with Sisterlocks and being like, man, I really love her hair, I want to get them, there's so much research that I really, really suggest that you do. There's 2 kinds of research actually. First, there's the one that you're gonna do to even see if this is the hairstyle that really suits your lifestyle and if it's something that you really want to commit to. And then there's the research to find a loctician or a Sisterlocks consultant that can actually make that dream possible for you. So my tips that I go into, the other 4 tips are gonna break down a little bit more into like some of the research you should do or some of the things you should know beforehand. So I'm gonna go into those more, but you need to do that research. And then in terms of your loctician, research to figure out if they're the right person for you. You want to make sure that you and them vibe, you and them have the same kind of energy. You're gonna be spending a lot of time with them during the establishment, and then every few weeks when you go to get your reties, you're gonna be spending a lot of time with them. It has to be someone you feel comfortable with, someone you can talk to, someone you can ask questions and feel like they will answer those questions and make you feel confident in not only the decision you made, but just in the general maintenance of your Sisterlocks. It's also important to do the research to find someone with the experience that you're looking for. I didn't just want a loctician. I wanted a loctician who also really specialized or had a passion for taking care of natural hair. I also wanted someone who could identify issues not just with my locks, but my hair in general, because I was a little worried at first when I was gonna get my Sisterlocks because I thought my hair was too damaged. If you recognize, I've always been really transparent with you guys that there are pieces that are much, much shorter. Like look at this. Pieces that are much shorter than the rest. And that's simply because I was experiencing a lot of breakage in these areas as a natural. The 6 months leading up to getting my Sisterlocks, I went through a lot. I'm still going through a lot, but this is part of the reason why I finally made the decision to get Sisterlocks, because it was just more conducive with my lifestyle. I needed someone to be honest with me and be like, you know what, Sarah, it's not time. Like, cause I remember saying it to my loctician, I'm like, as much as I want these right now, if I gotta wait a few months and get my hair a bit more healthy before I come, I'm totally fine with that. And she was honest with me and she gave me all the information that I needed, and I felt so comfortable moving on with her. And yeah, so it's important to know that my loctician is also a Sisterlocks ambassador, so I knew she'd have way more experience doing Sisterlocks, not only just being able to do them, but also the speed. Being able to get through them quickly, because I've heard some things about people sitting down for 6-7 hours or longer doing reties, and I'm like, that sounds like a lot. And I have a lot of locks, and my retie, I'm going on my second retie in a week, and my first retie was between 2 to 2.5 hours. That was it. I was in and out. The other thing in terms of your loctician, you want to make sure that the location is convenient for you in terms of distance, but also her space. My loctician has her own studio, her own salon. I don't have a problem with going to someone's home, but I just know that there's certain things that I like about being able to go to the salon. It's clean, it's professional. I know there's gonna be a certain standard. Her chair was super comfortable, and I'm gonna tell you that's important because, like I said, my retie was 31 hours and I had no issue sitting there for that time. But yeah, accessibility for me is important. Convenience is important for me. So that. Also with your loctician, like, how available are they gonna be? Maybe, yes, they have time to do the establishment, but what's their schedule look like when it's time for reties? I knew that my loctician she's really amazing at what she does. I made a schedule, and what I do with her is we book the next 2 appointments ahead. So I'm always 2 reties ahead on her schedule. I already have it in, so I know I don't have to worry. She also has other Sisterlocks consultants within her studio that I can use to do my reties if I ever have an emergency. Having options, I don't have to solely rely on her, but I can rely on someone within her studio that she's vetted that I can trust. And then of course the price. Every person is going to charge a different price depending on their experience. So doing your research, take your time with it, don't be in a rush. It will happen because you want to find the right person. You're investing a lot of time, money, and energy into this hairstyle. Take your time with it, be patient, and find the right person for you and the right information out there for you to see if this is something that you want to do. So the second thing you need to know before getting Sisterlocks is going to play off of the first. Initial cost as well as the maintenance. Sisterlocks is definitely an investment. I know out there a lot of people say, oh, it's expensive, but I did the calculation for myself personally, and when I look at the amount of money I spend on products, the amount of money I spend on various hairstyles throughout the year, coloring my hair, deep treatments, going to the salon, not to mention if I get braids, twists, whatever. Natural hair, if you're a natural hair girl, you know that we typically use a lot of products. I knew I wasn't spending a whole heap of money, but I knew I was spending a good chunk. And to me, and again, everyone is different, it didn't really matter as much to me on the cost because I knew I was investing that money into myself, and I'm really big on, hey, to better myself, to make my life better, to make my life more convenient, get back so much of my time, I'm willing to pay. In terms of the cost, it is more costly than, say, sitting down and getting someone to do braids or your hair or whatever, getting a wig installed, whatever the case may be. But know that that initial cost is one time, and then your reties, depending on the loctician, will cost about the same amount that you'd go to a salon and get your hair like treated and washed kind of thing, depending on who you go to. Here in Toronto, remember, everyone's different. Most of the people that I was going to were quoting me, I believe it was $800 to $900 for either the first 4 or 6 inches, I can't remember. And then every inch above that, they would charge another $25, $50 or whatever. It just depended on the loctician. So yeah, your install could range anywhere from like $800 upwards to $3,000. And I know it sounds like a lot. The more hair you have on your head, the longer your hair is, the more money you're gonna pay. The size of your locks is also going to determine that too, because if they're smaller like mine, more locks, more time, more energy put into it. But geez, my loctician basically spent a whole full-time, weekly, hourly job doing my hair. So to me, when I equated the time to pay her, I really didn't see that as a big investment for her time. And when I thought about if I had to do it myself, no. It would have taken probably a good month at the very least, and I just don't think that's a good use of my time as a business owner and all the things that I enjoy doing in life. I would rather just pay someone to do it. So everyone is different though. See what your budget is and what you're capable of. Maybe it just means saving up, so, or maybe it means starting with shorter hair. It's totally up to you. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want that awkward phase, and I had a lot of hair on my head to begin with. So yeah, in terms of the reties, every loctician is different. As I said, my loctician does $50 an hour, if I'm not mistaken. And hers are usually done in 2 to 2.5 hours. So I'm paying roughly $150 for my reties plus tip, you know, taxes, all that stuff. Your loctician might be different, so you can't quote my price, but I'm just giving you an idea. Some people do $25 an hour, or I've heard some YouTubers say that their loctician charges them like $100 for the first 2 hours or 3 hours, and then it's like $25 or $50 for every hour after that, something like that. So do your research, figure out what can work for you. Remember, these reties are happening between 4 to 6 weeks for like that first year. After that, you can start pushing it out further. So, and also after the first, I believe 6 months, which is about four-ish reties, I think, you can take the Sisterlocks retightening class and learn to do it yourself. Maybe your loctician does the class, mine does, and you can self-retie. that's an option too, depending on if you want to do that. You don't have to, but if you want to, that is also an option. Third thing you need to consider before getting Sisterlocks, you are going to need patience. Patience for the install, and the reties can run you anywhere between a minimum of like 2 hours. I unfortunately have heard people say that they've sat in a chair to do their reties 6, 7, 8 hours. I have a lot of locks on my head. The amount of locks that are on my head are considered a lot. My loctician does not take that long. So again, this is the reason why I went with my loctician, because I wanted someone that was experienced and quick. Someone who could do my hair, get it done, and I could be in and out of their shop and go on with the rest of my life. So that's why the research is important, like I said in the first one. But yeah, patience. You're gonna need patience for that. You're gonna need patience for that awkward stage that your hair is gonna go through depending on the length. You're going to need patience for the fact that your hair is gonna look really scalpy and really thin at first. I will insert video pictures of what my hair looked like when she just finished it. I wasn't feeling it, but I was okay because I knew that it was a part of the process and I just wanted to enjoy it. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, know that it is a part of it. Your hair is gonna grow, it's gonna flourish, it's gonna change. And yeah, just like embrace it and love it and know that it's all good. It's a part of the process. Yeah, you're gonna need patience though. Definitely gonna need patience. That leads me into the fourth thing that you need to know before getting Sisterlocks. I'm sorry, but your hair is not going to look like your hair crush. I had a few Sisterlocks hair inspo. I didn't have that as a picture in my mind of what I wanted my locks to be. Like, I wasn't saying to myself, okay, they have to look exactly like that. I more so used the inspiration to just show to the consultants that I was researching to see if they could replicate that to the best of their ability with my hair. I was more so wanting to show them what the size that I was desiring is what I wanted, so they could see that that was the size I was looking for. I also showed them comparisons of like the smallest size I want versus the biggest that I'd want. So it gave my loctician an idea of what my ideal set of locks could look like. I didn't go in thinking, yes, my hair is gonna look exactly like hers. I just used it as inspiration and guidance for my loctician. So know that if you have a hair crush, that's totally fine. Crush on them all you want. But know that your hair, even if you have the same hair type, texture, and density as your hair crush, your hair is not going to look exactly like theirs. Your locks are not going to look exactly like theirs. That is something that's so important to understand so that you don't feel frustrated, you don't feel disappointed when your hair doesn't look like theirs. Your hair is beautiful, your locks are beautiful, and they're gonna continue to be more and more beautiful. Just use those people as inspiration, and they're really great people to get advice from along the journey. And the last thing you need to know before you get Sisterlocks, this is a low maintenance hairstyle. It's not a no maintenance hairstyle, it's a low maintenance. And that could be good and bad for some people. For example, for me, it's awesome. I love the fact that I literally put my bonnet on at night, and when I get up, I just shake my hair, fluff it up, and I'm good to go. In the beginning, I was spritzing, lightly misting my hair with water because my scalp was detoxing, as I found out. It was very itchy after the install for like the first 2 weeks. After my first retie, it was also very itchy for like the first week, and I would just gently mist my scalp with water, and that really helped. The first wash helped. But yeah, other than that, I don't do anything. The only product I use is that water and the Sisterlocks starter shampoo. That is it. I don't use anything else. I haven't used any other products in my hair since I got my Sisterlocks. So for some people, that's like a blessing. It's like, yes, I love that. And then for other people, it might be a little challenging, because if you were a product junkie when you're a loose natural, it's gonna be really hard for you to stay away from all the things online that tell you, yeah, spray this in your hair, spray that in your hair. And I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do when it comes to that, because you really should be listening to, one, your loctician, and two, go with your gut as to like your hair and what you feel your hair needs. Like for example, I told you guys in a previous video that I had these little knots on the ends of my hair, and if you want to know why, just go back to that video. I'll probably link it up here in the cards. as to why I have these little knots. They weren't buds, they were knots. My loctician specifically told me do not comb them out. But I looked at my hair, and because I know how my hair reacts, I knew I needed to comb them out a little bit. Not completely, but I needed to comb them out so that they weren't so thick. They were very thick. Let me see, like that was so big compared to what it is now. But anyways, just check out that video. I knew I had to comb them out because I didn't want them to form really thick in the middle and at the ends by the time my hair started to really thicken up. And I don't regret doing that. When I went for my retie, my loctician didn't say anything about it. It was fine, it was all good, and I'm good. Ever since then, all I've been doing is just spritzing my hair with water and going about my business. So for some, the low maintenance might be great in one aspect, but it may take time to adjust to not using products and not constantly doing styles with your hair. Like, I literally wear my hair like this every day. I don't put it up because I feel like I'm at the place where I could put it in a little like low pony kind of thing. But when I pull it like that, I already feel the tension that it's creating right here. I know that while my hair is still maturing, it's not a good idea to put a lot of tension on it. Keep putting tension in the same place, you're gonna weaken or thin out parts of your locks. So I told myself I'm just gonna leave it out and let it be free and let it grow and let it do its thing. And as it matures, maybe I'll pin up some, but I'll do very light things with like maybe a bobby pin, not so much like a tie, like a hair tie. I don't want to put any tension on it. I just want it to do its thing and flourish. So yeah, low maintenance, but those are my 5 things. There's so many more things out there, don't get me wrong, but I feel like those are really important things to know before you take that next step. I will have more information in future videos and break things down. Make sure you guys follow this playlist, the Sisterlocks Journey playlist that I have, because the next set of videos are gonna be like questions to ask at your consultation. That's probably gonna be the next video. It's important to ask questions. It's important to find the right loctician. I'm gonna give you all the stuff that I did to find the right person, how to prep your hair for your Sisterlocks, but like before getting your Sisterlocks, what to pack for your establishment, all the good things you need to have because you're gonna be there for a really long time. Just continue to watch the journey month to month as my hair continues to grow and do its thing. And yeah, so guys, if you have any questions, need clarification on anything, make sure you comment below. If I missed something that you feel was very important to know before you get Sisterlocks, then comment it down below. This is a community. I've just received so much love from the Sisterlocks community since I've started this, and I know that any question I wasn't able to answer, anything I didn't mention, these beautiful people will be in the comments letting you guys know. So make sure you check it out, make sure you comment back, and let's just continue to grow together. If you've started your journey, let us know, or if you're thinking of starting it, let us know so we can show you some love. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some of these other videos while you're here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.